Weights and Downer. You or someone you know has lost the ability to earn a living because someone put the company interests before their well-being. In times like these, there's one firm who has handled hundreds of catastrophic and lost earning cases. Before you settle fast with a company's attorney, give Weights and Downer a call. 985-876-0870. Weights and Downer. Let us fight for your rights.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Bayou Time, a very sad Bayou Time. I'm Martin Folse. Very sad to hear about the passing of Miss Paula Hebert. And of course, I got to know Miss Paula years after I played against her son Bobby Hebert in high school sports, but Miss Paula would come to many of our Saints programs back in the day, and she certainly was beloved by her entire family. And she was definitely the matriarch of her family. Of course, she always came with Mr. Bobby Hebert, and they had a good time. A lot of times sitting with my parents, and many times just sprinkling their way through the crowd and talking with everyone. They were excited to see everyone. If we could bring up her picture once again, I will give you a little bit of information. Miss Paula Galliano Hebert, age 86, a native of Cutoff and a resident of Metairie, passed away on Wednesday, August 28th. Visitation will be from 10 a.m. until 12 p.m. on Wednesday, September 4th at Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Cutoff. A Mass of Christian burial will be celebrated at 12 p.m. with burial to follow in the church cemetery. She is survived by her sons, Bobby Hebert and Joan, Benji Hebert and Lorette, and Billy Hebert and Renee, grandchildren Ryan Hebert, Cammie Miller with Nicholas, Micah Hebert, T-Bob Hebert with Caitlin, Brittany Corso with Colin, Bo Hebert and Sydney, Christy Hebert, Jordan Vanderveer and Tanner, Aaron Brennan and Miles, Caitlin Hebert and Shannon Hebert, great-grandchildren Coral and Franco Corso, Alice, Odette and Bobby Hebert IV, Magnolia and Bertie Miller, Banks and Evans Vanderveer, her brother-in-law Claude DeFelice, sister-in-law Betty Boudreau, and brother-in-law Rodney Gisclair. She was preceded in death by her husband of 60 years, Mr. Bobby Hebert Sr., and her daughter, Jill Hebert, and also her parents, Landry and Odette Rishu Galliano, and her sisters, Bonnie DeFelice and Sharon Alamo. Miss Paula touched many lives, as we witnessed on our Saints on the Bayou. She certainly was loved by many. She was a retired teacher's aide for the Lafourche Parish school system. She loved to travel, spend time with her family, and be a part of the church community. However, no matter where or what Miss Paula was doing, you could always find her standing right beside her beloved Bobby. And certainly it was one of those situations where the last few years have been tough for Miss Paula, the dreaded disease of losing one's memory. And I shared many moments with Bobby. We often talked about that. And certainly it's just tough times for Miss Paula, but she was never forgotten for the warmth and the spirit that she brought everywhere she went. Now, we always seem to showcase her when they came visit us here on Saints on the Bayou in the studio. So we put a compilation together of some of those moments. Let's roll it in.
All right, Miss Paula, Mr. Bobby. How about a go Colonels, Miss Paula? Go Colonels.
Go Colonel!
Woo!
Oh, wow. Oh.
Boy, I tell you what, this crowd's feeling it today. I want to get Miss Paula and Mama. They're going to make their way up. My nephew Josh is going to bring them, and we're gonna light 2 candles on behalf of Hokie. We know Hokie's looking down today. There's no doubt about it, but he wouldn't like all of this.
No, he wouldn't.
I could. So, Mom, Miss Paula. We're going to get Joni to grab one of those 6-packs of beer. I'm going to start with Miss Paula today. Bobby, your mama. She could win, you or your dad, whichever one, a 6-pack of some very sophisticated import beer, okay?
Okay, you ready,
just have
Granny?
to answer this question
You ready,
correctly.
Granny? You ready, Granny? Come on.
All right. What kind of dog is the Saints mascot, Gumbo?
I don't think she knows that.
Wait. Let me give you a hint. It's close to Plaquemines Parish.
I still don't think she knows that.
Saint Bernard.
That is correct.
There you go.
That is correct. Wow. I tell you what, she nailed it. Miss Paula, has anybody handed you a 6-pack before? Miss Daybell, when's the last time you handed her a 6-pack?
In 5 years.
Bobby, your mom and dad, your aunt and uncle. I tell you, you got your own contingency, huh?
Yeah, I got a family that they support me, and I appreciate that. And
When I was just back here talking to Mr. and Mrs. Hebert and Ken, and Bobby, your daddy, he stopped me, grabbed me by the shoulder and said, "You make sure you know that Bobby got those pecans from me." Is that right, Mr. Bobby?
Yeah, that's right. But look, this lady took care of me, though.
hey, listen, who doesn't
Just
love
saying,
a good
okay?
pecan? Listen, I love
Just
pecan.
saying.
We're back here on Saints on the Bayou. Martin, I'll throw it to you for more introductions.
All right, we are here with Mr. and Mrs. Hebert, Bobby's parents. And, you know, I heard Bobby talking about the white shoe on the white line where you couldn't make it out. But Miss Paula, in all honesty, did Bobby ever wear white shoes when he was at South Lafourche?
Yes.
How about his belt? Was his belt ever white?
He thought he was
White.
Billy White Shoes Johnson at one time.
He had a white belt, white shoes. Remember, that was in style. What kind of shoes were they, Mr. Bobby?
Patent
And the
leather.
heels, though.
They had the heels.
Heels. Now y'all stretching it a little bit.
Well, we have Bobby's mom and dad, Miss Paula, Mr. Bobby, along with Ken Freeland. And Mr. Bobby is so excited about Coach O. What'd you tell me the priest told you at church yesterday?
I went to 11 o'clock mass yesterday. And the priest said, "Look, the water and bottle of food is going up instead of down." That's how
That's
excited they was for the game.
The water changed direction in Bayou Lafourche, all right? Has that ever happened before? Never.
That's like hell freezing over.
Yeah, we have Bobby's mom and dad, Mr. Bobby and Miss Paul, and we were just talking during the break, and we were talking about how people don't change, and that's good to see. And Mr. Bobby was telling me a little something. Did you ever see Bobby change when he became a big shot and a pro quarterback? Did his demeanor ever change?
Not one time. He's always the same. Bobby's Bobby.
Hey, that might be the quote of the day. Bobby's Bobby.
I don't know if
Right
that's
there.
good or bad, but
wait.
I did not change. I
But you-
lived in Michigan, California, Georgia.
But your
14
dad
years.
always takes up for you. When I want the truth, I go to Miss Paula.
Oh yeah, she.
Did he ever change?
Yeah, he changed.
Oh yeah. No, she always took up for me, but well, you know, I like to talk, to say the least. It's not my dad, my mom. That's where I get that from. My wife calls me. My mom's name is Paula. My wife calls me Paulita. It's like you think you Bobby Jr. No, you Paula Jr. You get that from your mom.
Martin, I'll throw it to you again.
All right, we got Bobby's two biggest fans, like we said, his mom and dad, Miss Paula, Mr. Bobby Hebert. Give him a hand.
My Aunt Betty.
Right, I was going to get to Miss Betty
and Brittany, my niece.
and Brittany. Yeah, a nurse, huh, Brittany?
Yes, that's right, in
Well-
labor and delivery.
It's always good to have Bobby's mom and dad, Mr. Bobby and Miss Paula. And we also have Bobby's niece, Krista, right?
Christy.
Christy?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get it right. And Micah? All right, so Bobby got more of your entourage.
Yeah, I got my
over
nephew,
here.
niece, got my godchild, Christy. And I want to give credit because, Martin, I know you always honor this, the military, that my nephew, Mike in Afghanistan, got the Medal of Valor. I got that right?
Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up. Stand on that chair, as a matter of fact. Stand on that chair. Good job.
Our freedom.
I want to get my crew. I don't know if they could zoom in on it, but suck that gut in, Mr. Bobby. Put those arms out. There you go. Look at that. Check that out.
Oh.
Where'd you get that shirt?
My granddaughter from California brought it for me.
I give you $100 for it right now.
No.
I knew he wasn't parting with that anyway, because his granddaughter gave it to him too. That's a good shirt. We are here with Bobby's parents. We have the Heberts who are with the Schwest. Whenever you get the Heberts and the Schwest together, it's pretty important.
Oh, yeah.
But I love talking to your mom and dad, Bobby, because they tell me a bunch of stories that I just forgot about you. And some of them are quite interesting.
I have to watch my mom. Sometimes I have a loose tongue, so does she. So I've got to
Yes,
work.
Hebert, is that true?
So she'll reveal stuff that I go, Mom, you can't say that.
Sometimes.
All right, look, beans, your dad brought us good luck for the Ole Miss game. Anything you want us to know about Alabama?
Well, their mothers wear tennis shoes.
Their mothers wear tennis shoes.
Whoa, where did that come from?
That's going to play in nicely to my top 10 coming up. Eugene, Lorraine, Paul and Bobby, the parents. We'll say Mr. and Mrs. in front of that, but Mom and Dad, we thank them for coming each and every week. Bobby's mom and dad in the back, and I promised Miss Paula a couple of weeks ago after she heard my mama say, "Go Tigers," she said she wants to get in on the action. So Miss Paula, if you can stand up, give me your best, Coach O, go Tigers.
Go, Tigers!
Oh, yeah.
All right. Certainly nice to relive some of those memories. Miss Paula is going to be missed by an entire community. I know her family was very close to her, and it's just great to see Miss Paula and Mr. Bobby together at the shows. I can bet that they are reunited, and certainly they were always together, always had great spirit about them. I know the family is suffering through this, but certainly we wanted to acknowledge and make sure that Miss Paula had her one more shining moment reliving some of the memories of Saints on the Bayou. May she rest in peace.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights.